It's time for 2026 real estate predictions. Sorry, I'm the wrong way. 2026 is shaping up to be a massive year for Australia's property market, but not in the way most people will predict or think. Now, in this video, we're going to be breaking down 7 different predictions, but these aren't going to be just crystal ball guesses. These are going to be based on property data today and what we're seeing happening in the market into the next 12 months. Now, 7 is one of my favorite numbers, so I think it's good to make 7 predictions for this Aussie real estate market leading into 2026. And this is going to change and shape Australia's economy and property market as a whole based on the outcomes of these key predictions. Whether you're an investor or an owner-occupier, a first home buyer, or someone just interested in the real estate market, this is certainly something to watch and talk about what's going to happen in the market over the next 12 months. Now, the first prediction on our list has to do with the Melbourne market. And the prediction that I'm making is that Melbourne's outer suburbs of $800,000 will potentially be gone by the end of 2026. Now, this is a pretty bold prediction. I'm not saying that there's not going to be suburbs that are still sub 800K at the end of next year, but a lot of the outer suburbs that we're focusing on as a buyer's agency in those outer or greater Melbourne regions, I think will be gone by the end of next year. And this is one of the key reasons that we've expanded the buyer's agency into the Melbourne market. I've personally purchased 2 deals myself in the Melbourne market, putting my own money in this location before we were taking buyers in this area. And what that means is I bought a property around the $500,000 price point, which is a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom house, would you believe, on over a 550 square meter block. And I bought a property around the $890,000 price point on the north side of Melbourne in a suburb called Thomastown. Now, in future videos, I'll break down specific details on each of those properties. But if you are looking for a Melbourne-based buyer's agent, we are helping clients in that region. So head over to purposeproperty.com.au for that. Prediction number 2 has to do with my local market, Southeast Queensland, specifically that Brisbane will exceed price expectations over the next 12 months. Brisbane has gone from record high to record high in terms of property prices, outpacing the Melbourne market this year in terms of median property prices. But I think due to continued interstate migration, the Olympic infrastructure spend, and really tight supply in established areas in this Southeast Queensland region, that we are in for sustainable growth over the next 12 months. Now, do I think we can see those 150K jumps? No, I don't think that's going to continue by any means. But do I think we'll see steady capital growth between that 5 to 10% range? I think that's very realistic over the next 12 months for this Brisbane and Southeast Queensland region. Moving on to Sydney at number 3. I think this one is a little bit crazy and blows my mind, but Sydney to reach a $1.8 million median price point in terms of that Sydney inner region. Now, forecasts from KPMG in their Investor Smart Plus report expect that Sydney's median house price will reach that 1.83 million median price point, not by December 2026, but by June 2026. So in the middle of next year. Now, this is not a hype type market. It's a result of Sydney being an in-demand global city. It's got that tight listings, it's got high demand and continued undersupply. People have fear around the apartment towers. People understand that land is the scarce resource, location is the scarce resource, and Sydney is completely built up as a Sydney, and so will continue to demand these crazy prices around that $1.8 million median price point. Honestly, I think the gap between Sydney and our other major capital cities will continue to widen in the near future, which is sad for Sydney-siders, and that's why we're seeing a lot of them move to Melbourne, Brisbane, Perth, or other locations across Australia because of the price unaffordability. Number 4 on our list is a very controversial one depending on who you talk to, but I think that Adelaide and Perth will start to plateau in 2026. It doesn't mean there won't be growth in these areas, but I'm not expecting the kind of rises that we're going to look at seeing in the Melbourne or Brisbane markets in the next 12 months. And so I think Adelaide and Perth have had very, very strong runs for them, the cities that they are and where they're at in terms of current price points. Between that 2021 to 2024 period, they were the affordable areas that were booming. Now, Perth's affordability has dropped below 20-year norms at this point in time, according to Domain's 2025 data, and Adelaide's stock is rising and buyers are holding off in that location. So in my opinion, I'm not expecting a crash by any means, but certainly less growth in the next 12 months between that 1 to 5% range. Now this one, number 5, may be one of the most controversial predictions for the next 12 months, and that is that we are going to have an interest rate rise, not an interest rate fall in the next 12-month period. The RBA have been very clear about the move of interest rates and where the cycles might be heading. And based on the current economic cycle that we're in, I expect that we could see a 0.25 up to a 0.5% hike in the next 12 months if inflation remains high. This means that it won't be easy money for as many borrowers as people might think. And this means you need to also have those buffers and strong cash flow in place to put yourself in the position to pay for your home and to hold investments. Now, I'm sure there'll be lots of people that disagree with me on this because they want rates to fall, but I'm just looking at the data and looking at what the RBA is saying, and I think that we actually may have that rate rise in the next 12 months. Prediction number 6 is that rents will rise by 4 to 5% across the country. Now, rents aren't going to keep up with the growth rates, in my opinion. Growth rates have been 8, 10, 12% across a lot of our cities, but that's where we're seeing yield compression, where we're going from 4.5% gross yields on residential properties to 4% to 3.5% gross yields. I still think we're going to see rents rise and come up around that 4 to 5% band, but I don't expect it to keep up with double-digit growth like we've seen in a lot of the cities. I expect stable rental growth in those family-friendly locations, which also are infrastructure rich in terms of schools, transport, and walkability. So I don't think we're going to see crazy growth in terms of rental prices, but relatively stable over the next 12 months. Now, the next one is a big indication as to where Australia's market is heading, and this is lucky number 7, and this is that townhouses will rise in popularity and price significantly into 2026. Now, the unit market could be lumped in there as well, but for my money, I'd ideally control more land component. Now, some units can have really great land component. Pick Sydney Bayside locations in a small boutique block. Of course, they have a very high land value. But those townhouses that are in those fantastic locations that feel like they're semi-detached from other townhouses and have their own courtyard spaces are going to grow in demand. You know, in Melbourne, for example, think of areas like Seaford, Altona, and Thomastown, where you can get 3-bedroom townhouses. In Brisbane, think of areas like Carina, Carindale, Mount Gravatt. These locations that have the demand for that 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom style townhouse with its own little courtyard space, that's where I think the townhouse play is going to have some very strong price growth and popularity into the future. Now, this also does apply to the unit market, but be very wary of buying units because units can have supply come onto the market in a 2 to 3 year period. Whereas townhouses generally control the land that they are sitting on, even if the block is 100 to 300 square meters. So ideally, you're getting strong land component if you can with that unit or townhouse purchase. This leads me into my bonus prediction for 2026, and that is buyers who start early and stick to the fundamentals will always win. Now, as you can see, this is a photo of myself and my beautiful late wife, Emily, who unfortunately passed from cancer in December 2024. The reality is for us that we were buyers that didn't sit on the sidelines. We started building our property portfolio in 2018, bought our second property in 2020 and our third in late 2020, and then bought a unit block late 2021. And the journey has just continued to grow because we have been action takers. Now, even though she passed away at 28 years old, Emily and I got to spend life together. We didn't have to spend time apart because property gave us more choices. We stuck to the fundamentals. We bought properties with value add potential on good block sizes and in scarce locations. And we did it as a team. We were on the same page throughout this property journey. When she got her cancer diagnosis in December 2023, we continued to build our property portfolio because we had hope for a future as a family. And I bought 2, 3, 4, 5 assets this year, would you believe? It's crazy. I'll have to do a full recap of what properties look like for me in 2025. And I'm excited about 2026. Myself and the team at Purpose Property are helping clients in Greater Melbourne and Greater Brisbane buy property for the right price in the right location, specific to your situation. And I think those people who take action and not be fearful and not too greedy, it's about a balance of your investing journey, will win if you stick to those fundamentals of land, location, and leverage to help yourself and invest for the long term. So in my opinion, don't sit on the sidelines and think about a bubble bursting or wait for the market to slow down. Be active, get smart, and start where you are right now. I'd love to hear your thoughts on these predictions. Leave a comment down below. Drop a like on this video if you got value out of this content, and click this video over here for more things real estate, renovating, and financial freedom. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.